Hey y'all, my name is Lacey and I am going to do the new to Booktube tag since this is my first video ever. I thought it was a good way to try and introduce myself, so let's get started. The first question is, where are you joining us from? I am from North Carolina. Number 2, how old are you? I just turned 42 in February. Number 3, why did you join Booktube? Just to talk about books, and I thought it would be fun to talk to other people about books. Number 4, what is the meaning behind your channel name? I named my channel Turn the Page. It's my favorite Bob Seger song, and I thought it fit well with books and life. Turning a page in a book, turning a page in life. Number 5, what types of books do you read or want to talk about here? I like action, adventure, thriller type books. I like some true crime. I like maybe a little bit of historical fiction because I love the Outlander books. I also have the Great American Reads list printed out, so I'm trying to read a lot of books off of that list and mark them off when I'm done. So I might talk about some of those here. Also, I like biographies, specifically if they're about like old Hollywood actors and actresses. Those are some of my favorite. Number 6, who are some of your favorite authors? I like James Rollins. He writes a lot of the thriller action type books. I like Diana Gabaldon, obviously Outlander. It's some of my favorite books of all time. I have never read any of her Lord John Grey series, but maybe I'll try those in the future. And I also like Dean Koontz. He's one of my favorite like horror writers. I haven't read a lot of his newer stuff, but a lot of his old stuff was some of my favorite books when I was a kid. Number 7, what's the last book that you read? The last book that I finished was The Stranger Beside Me by Anne Rule. She writes a lot of true crime, but this was, I think, one of her first. But it's about her friendship with Ted Bundy before he became the notorious serial killer, and then also during his trials and after when he was in prison, you know, her relationship and friendship with him. So it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Next question is, what are you currently reading? I'm currently reading James Rollins, the Crucible. It's his newest one that just came out. Number 9, what do you use for bookmarks? Right now, I'm actually using a real bookmark, but typically I use whatever is handy, a scrap of paper, whatever. Yeah, I'm not really into bookmarks. A friend of mine did just give me some of the little magnetic ones, so they're nice to use too. Number 10, show us your TBR pile. This is kind of hard because I don't have one to show right now because we're going to be moving soon, and most of our books are just kind of like packed in boxes or stacked on shelves, and I don't have anything handy to show you right now. And I don't really do like set TBRs. I'm kind of a mood reader, so I just kind of pick the next book that sounds interesting to me from the ones that I have. So I'm not sure how many like TBR videos I might do, because I don't really like set a specific goal for a month. It might be like a quarterly thing, something like that. I don't know, we'll have to see. Number 11, which do you prefer, hardcover or paperback? I like paperbacks just because they're easier to lug around. I always have a book in my purse or with me. But I don't mind hardbacks either. I mean, if a book is a book, I don't care. Ebook or physical book? Right now, I like physical books. I have a Kindle, but I like reading a physical book better. I read on my Kindle for a long time, but I don't feel like I retained all of the stuff that I read. Like it's just not the same as being able to like flip through pages and look ahead and see how far you need to read, or look back if you need to, if you miss something. I just think I like having the physical book in my hand. Or owning or borrowing. I like owning. I like to have a lot of books. I don't see where that's a big deal. Number 12. What book or series got you into reading? When I was a kid, I read a ton of Nancy Drew. I read a lot of Sweet Valley Twins, Sweet Valley High, Babysitter's Club. I was really into R.L. Stein's Fear Street series. I read a ton of those. There was also another kind of teen horror writer, Christopher Pike. Read a lot of those books too. But I read just about anything when I was a kid. So, but those are the ones that stand out. How did you discover Booktube? It's number 13. I don't really remember. I think I was just watching videos on YouTube, and a book video popped into my feed and it looked interesting, and I think it might have been a tag video, and I didn't really know what those were, so I watched it and I was just amazed. I thought it was the best thing ever. I don't even remember whose video it was, but I just loved it, and I just got sucked into the black hole of Booktube, and I've been there ever since. And I finally decided that, I think I might want to try it and, talk about the books that I like to read and, want to talk about. Number 14. What challenges do you think you'll face with your own channel? The biggest one is putting myself out there. I am a huge introvert. I have a hard time having attention on me. It's a hard thing for me to deal with. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's taken me like 10 tries to film this video. So yeah, there's that. And then also time management. I have very little time where I'm by myself. I'm married, have kids. There's very little time where I can just sit and plan it out and like do it. Plus, I don't want anybody like watching me do it, which is weird because I'm putting this out there on the internet for people to watch, but I'm not going to be watching people watch my video, if that makes sense. Anyway, I don't know. This is really like new territory for me. I never would have thought that I would ever do anything like this, but I was just like so driven to do something. Like make a video about talking about books. I just couldn't not do it. I just thought about it too much that I was like, I have to do it. And where else can we find you? I don't do Twitter. I have Instagram. I think it's set to private. I don't use it a lot. But I'm on Goodreads. So I'll try and link that somewhere. It might be on my About page or somewhere like that. So that's usually where I go to post anything about books. And maybe I'll try and start using Instagram a little bit more. I don't know. But if I do, I'll post it down there. So anyway, I hope this wasn't too awkward. I hope it didn't feel as awkward to you as it did to me trying to talk on camera looking at this little spot right there. I'm trying to not seem awkward, but it feels really awkward. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If there's any kind of videos that y'all like to watch, leave them in the comments. I like to watch tag videos. There's a few that I found on Booktube that sound really interesting and I'd like to try. I like TBRs. I might try and do a few of those. And wrap-ups. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not a fast reader, so I'm not going to be one of these people that's going to read like 10 books in a month. That's just not the type of reader I am. So I don't know how I'm going to do wrap-ups or TBRs or any of that stuff. I just wanted to talk about books. So now I feel like I'm rambling, and I'm just going to end it right here. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it didn't seem too awkward and weird and whatever. So say hi in the comments, and yeah, bye.